the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
The Chicago Bears just got a major schedule leak for the 2025 NFL season. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, we have a major schedule leak in regard to our beloved Chicago Bears. As we all know, Wednesday will be the official release date for the entirety of not only the NFL schedule, but also the Chicago Bears schedule. But as you guys know, if you follow social media platforms, or at least certain ones, they will leak things here and there. But this was actually leaked by the Fox News Network, right? And the Bears are now going to be a part of a Week 16 Saturday doubleheader on December 20th, where it's going to be the Eagles at the Commanders and then the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Soldier Field to take on Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Absolutely love this matchup for Chicago. Not only are you going against your hated rival in Green Bay, it's going to be a home matchup on Fox, and hopefully at that point, we are playing for something. That's obviously the hope with Caleb Williams going into year 2. With Ben Johnson as the new head coach and everything that Ryan Poles has done to this roster. Hopefully that Week 16 game has some meaning. Hopefully for both teams. It just makes the game a little bit more competitive. Obviously, you know, Caleb Williams won that final game in Lambeau Field, so he's officially 1-1 against the Green Bay Packers. Could easily be 2-0 when you're looking at last season. But this should be a great game, and as we all know, the schedule will come out officially on the 14th. That is this Wednesday. But I just wanted to come on here really quick and share this massive update on the Chicago Bears 2025 NFL schedule. Once again, they are a part of a Week 16 Saturday doubleheader on December 20th on Fox, where the Green Bay Packers will head to Soldier Field and take on the Chicago Bears. Do you like this matchup where it's placed? I know we play Green Bay twice a year, but do you like that it's Week 16 at Soldier Field on Saturday, doubleheader December 20th? It makes me wonder when we're going to play them the first time. I think it could be a possibility playing them Week 1 as well. And the reason why I say this is because obviously Caleb Williams literally just beat them at Lambeau Field to finish off the season. So I think, you know, maybe a noon game on Week 1 on Sunday, going back to Lambeau Field. They could always make it prime time as well, but it could be a regular scheduled game. Caleb Williams going back to Lambeau Field for the second time to try to repeat the early success he has had already by already beating the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. So let me know down below how you're feeling about the schedule leak of Green Bay facing the Bears Week 16 on a doubleheader matchup on Saturday, December 20th. I'm definitely always pumped up for any game against the Green Bay Packers. But Bears fans, before I let you guys go on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, we are in the part or the stage of this offseason where things are kind of slow. We're just got done with rookie minicamp, and now we're waiting for, the mandatory minicamps and training camps, obviously later this summer. But obviously, the signings are going to kind of slow down. Of course, we've heard rumors about Ryan Poles possibly be interested in adding a running back, maybe a Nick Chubb or J.K. Dobbins. But we also know that Ryan Poles is going to be patient when adding anyone to this roster. So any signing that he does make, whether it's the running back position or maybe a different position of need on this roster, I think Ryan Poles is going to be patient and maybe wait until we get into training camp to really see what other areas we actually need. He's not going to rush anything. So we talked about the running back position, but now I want to talk a little bit more about maybe the possibility of Ryan Poles and the Bears adding maybe another veteran linebacker. Of course, you have TJ Edwards, you have Tremaine Edmonds. I know you just drafted Hippolyte in this year's NFL draft, which, it's hit or miss. I think he can be a pretty good player, but is he ready to play right now? So that gets me thinking and wondering, maybe Ryan Poles can look at the open market to maybe find yet another, maybe veteran linebacker to not only come in and hopefully produce right away, but also mentor the young guys that we have currently on this roster. And one name that kind of is just floating out there right now, and not a lot of people are talking about him because he has dealt with some serious injuries for back-to-back seasons, but a name that I would really like Ryan Poles to maybe just consider is Shaq Thompson, the linebacker that was recently released by the Carolina Panthers after a 10-year, to me, really good career over there in Carolina, the heart and soul of that defense, almost won a Super Bowl in his rookie year. He was a former first-round pick of the Carolina Panthers back in 2015. And enjoyed 10 pretty good seasons with the Carolina Panthers until they released him, obviously coming off back-to-back injuries where he has only played 6 games in 2 years, tore his Achilles last year, and then I believe broke his fibula the year before that. But when you really look at Shaq Thompson, when this guy is healthy, and this is a big if, when you're looking at Shaq Thompson, for 4 straight years, he was the model of consistency. So from 2019 to 2022, he had 100+ tackles in each and every one of those seasons. Also posted really good run defense grades as well. And to me, I think even though they did draft a young linebacker in the NFL draft, I can still see this somewhat being a need on the Chicago Bears defense. Once again, you have TJ Edwards, you have Tremaine Edmonds. But ever since they allowed Jack Sanborn to walk, and obviously he signed with the Dallas Cowboys, this could seriously be a need. So maybe you can look at a player like Shaq Thompson. I know he's 31 years old. I know he's coming off back-to-back injuries, but I think to me, this could still be maybe a low-risk, high-reward move because he's not going to cost a lot at this point in his career. He's probably going to get the veteran minimum. He can come to Chicago, play under Dennis Allen. We already have a pretty good defensive line. He's playing alongside 2 pretty good linebackers in TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds as well. And maybe he can just be yet another veteran presence on this defense that can hopefully stay healthy and produce at a high level. It would almost be similar like the Bears bringing in Grady Jarrett, right? He's an older guy. Obviously, he hasn't dealt with the injuries that Shaq Thompson has dealt with in the last 2 years. But now you would have some not only young guys on this defense, guys like Dayo Odengbo, right? Javon Dexter. You can still Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon are young guys. You would also have the solid veterans as well. Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Kevin Byard, and then Shaq Thompson would just add to what we already have on this defense here in Chicago. So once again, Bears fans, it's just an idea. I'm not banging the table for Ryan Poles to go out there and sign Shaq Thompson as of today. But if we get into training camp, just like the message that we're saying with the running back position, if Ryan Poles gets in the training camp and he says, you know what, Ruben Hippolyte is not ready to play right now, we have to go out there and get maybe another veteran out there and maybe groom him and maybe compete with him a little bit. And hopefully this veteran could come in and stay healthy and compete at a high level. I can see Shaq Thompson truly being an option for the Chicago Bears. So how do you guys feel about possibly the Bears maybe later in training camp, maybe even pushing towards week 1, maybe going out and signing Shaq Thompson recently of the Carolina Panthers? Let me know your opinions on Shaq Thompson. If you think it would be a good fit for the Chicago Bears. And once again, it's just me throwing a shot in the dark out here and just knowing that he's still out there and knowing the production that he had in Carolina when he is healthy is definitely intriguing, maybe here in Chicago as well. So let me know down below in the comment section on how you would feel if Ryan Poles signed Shaq Thompson and added them to the roster later this offseason. But other than that, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all new Bears podcast right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic.